So Shine, we're back. Taking a little hiatus. So we are here with Coranda and her mother, Wendy, and this is, what's your name? Leon with TeamLee. And as many of you know, if you've been online, Lee has a very rare disorder. Like, how rare is IPEX? How many people in the world have that?
Well, they told me that, I don't remember, it's 250 worldwide, but there's more popping up
Right.
all the time.
So what is the risk of how many people? One in
millions.
So 1 in a million baby right here.
They told me I had a better chance of winning the lottery multiple times than ever having a child with that disease.
So, and tell us a little bit about the disease. Like, what exactly are some of his medical issues?
I feel like that's you.
That's a grandma question.
Yeah. Well, he started out with, the first thing we noticed was explosive diarrhea. And he was an infant, like infant.
And he wasn't gaining a whole lot of weight.
No. Gaining ounces here and there. He looked like a little old man. That's really what he looked like. But he had the explosive diarrhea, and then his diapers were just wet, like extraordinarily wet. You know, it'd been a while since I'd been around a baby, so I just figured he peed a lot. And then he just, his skin was bumpy. The best way to describe it is like a soft, worn leather football. You could feel it, but you couldn't see it. It was on his legs. So those were apparently the telltale signs that none of us knew, because
I'm his doctor and I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We
couldn't get rid of the thrush. Right.
I took him to the ER once when he was 5 weeks old, and the doctor thought I was crazy. Said that he didn't like the formula. That's why he wouldn't eat. And I'm like, it's breast milk. So they tried giving him Pedialyte, and he wouldn't take that either. So he told me he was going to send us home, and I said, well, that's fine, you can do that. And I said, but here's how this scenario is going to play out. He's already missed 3 meals. I said, then these guys are going to take him home, and then he's not going to eat. He's
and we're
going to
be
cranky.
right back.
We're going to be right back. So he called you, actually, and he came in and he says, Nikki says, if Wendy's standing in the ER with that baby, you find a reason to admit it. So that's where we did. He was there for a week, honestly found really nothing.
Acid reflux.
Yeah, told him he had acid reflux. I had one resident tell me that the only reason that he cries when he poops is because he doesn't know how to push. And I said he doesn't have to. He literally shoots it across the room, and it was 24 times a day.
Because it took a while for all the other stuff to start manifesting.
Right.
So how old was he when he got the diabetes?
2 months.
Yeah, 8 weeks old.
And I could smell the ketones on it.
So 2 months old, he has diabetes, which I can't even imagine. Like, when he's in my office as a physician, I'm like, oh crap, I hope his sugars don't go too low or too high. I mean, how do you guys manage that in a child who can't speak for themselves, may or may not want to eat?
Well, our Dexcom works.
Right, so you've got the monitor. Let's see
This
the
guy.
monitor. Yay.
Love that
Yeah.
thing. I don't know how I ever lived
So it
without
goes to your phone, right? So you guys can see what his sugars are.
Yep. We know what he is all the time.
But it's still hard to manage when he
He's
may not
all
be
over.
hungry. He may eat too much.
We never really had a problem with him not eating.
Right.
Yeah, because
When
usually
or drinking
milk.
something.
Right.
We give him milk, and most of the time he'll always drink. He may not eat something, but he'll usually always drink it for you.
And then how do you do his insulin?
He wears an insulin.
Yeah, so let's show everybody that, yeah. So how long has he had the insulin pump?
Since he was
That's in
4
the
months old.
Yay. Look
Yeah,
at that.
that's in the
4
other
or
leg.
Yeah.
6.
Perfect.
That goes
So he
through
doesn't
his-
have to get the
6 months
shots
old.
all the time, but still
not,
a lot.
Not anymore. He used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's had that since he was 6 months. He's had his Dexcom since he was 6 months. Before that, we did 12 shots a day.
Right.
Not including his pokes.
Right.
And then,
And we had to do his feet.
yeah, his toes.
His heels.
But yeah, he got his blood sugar checked, and then he got shots on top of that.
So tell us about his immune system.
He doesn't have one.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So he's already had one bone marrow transplant. Now, how old was he when he got that?
6 months old.
6 months old. What was that like?
Stressful.
Very.
Super.
Because you guys were in the hospital.
Right. In a whole other state.
Period of time. Going back and forth.
And he was 6 months old and 10 pounds.
Mhm.
So you have this
He
tiny
weighs
little
as much-
baby
His
with,
sister weighs more than he did.
yeah, he's got, you know, IVs coming out
Right,
of his chest,
right,
and
right.
I feel like he tolerated it really well though.
he did.
Like you would have never known that.
Well,
he
I don't
was
think
going
he
through-
knows anything else.
He-
I mean,
he
that I
doesn't.
guess that's the thing that when I see Lee in the office, like he's just so used to this is his life, this is my life. He doesn't know anything else really.
Nope.
So you guys have to have another bone marrow transplant. Now, why do you have to have a second one? What
He
they
stopped growing, and
Mhm.
it isn't. His IPEX is now attacking his kidneys.
So his graft has failed.
Mhm.
So now, going back to the bone marrow, the very first one was, I just believe there was divine intervention in there a lot because Crandall went 3 separate times to get his vaccines.
And something happened
And
each
she
time.
couldn't go, and it was a godsend that he didn't because those could have killed him.
Dr.
Right.
Green called me and said, "Where are you right now?" And I said, "Well, I'm getting his shots." And she said, "Don't you dare
Yeah,
come to my office." And I
Yeah.
was like,
because she
"Okay,
had
why?"
figured it out. Dr.
Yes.
Green
Yeah,
figured
she
out.
had seen an IPEX case when she was down in St. Louis.
Okay.
So
We did genetic testing on him, and it came back the day that I took him to get his shots for the 3rd time.
Mhm.
Oh, Lee.
nice.
That's okay.
He's
Yeah.
there now.
Oh no, he's loving.
So well,
Yeah, I
they
know
and they
he's
told
loving.
us that it would take a long time probably to find a match, because bone marrow matches are not
Mhm.
easy because there's not a whole lot of people out there.
Right, right.
But we got it was 100 hits on the first day, and we got a donor out of the first
Wow.
4, and he was a perfect 10 on 10
Within a
match.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, that was definitely divine intervention because they were shocked that it happened that quickly.
So he needs another one. So what is the? I mean, will you have the same donor?
Yes.
So you
Yes.
are going to have the same donor.
We've
Okay.
already
Yeah, they-
contacted him.
they reached
and
out to
he said
him.
yes.
Wow.
Amazing man.
Right.
Very amazing man.
So then, what's this process going to be like? You're still going to have to be out of town.
Right.
Yeah.
They said this one should be smoother than last time.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that he doesn't have to go through all the testing that he went through. He went through
Mhm.
months and months and months of testing for a little 7-minute
Mm-hmm.
thing that makes a
Right,
huge difference.
because the actual transplant it happens in a very short window of time. It's all the
Mhm.
work that goes on before it and after it.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So then you guys will have to be. He'll have to be in isolation. How long?
A month. Well,
Well, in the negative air, it has to be it'll be 3 to 5 weeks depending on his
Okay.
immune
when
system.
his
Okay.
ANC comes back up.
Right. When
Okay.
his ANC reaches at least 500, then we can be discharged, but then you have to stay within, is it 30 or 50 miles?
50 miles for
Mhm.
100 days to make sure that you're not going to
Minimum.
reject it.
Right. You got to be close to be able to get back to the ER.
So as a family, how do you guys manage that?
Well, last time it was pretty much me,
Yeah.
and then she would come relieve me.
Mhm.
This time we're gonna
We're
split
splitting it.
Okay. Because how do you work? I mean, how do
You
you
don't.
take
She
care of the
doesn't.
rest of your family? I just.
She doesn't. They're going to let her take the baby
Yes.
with her.
Yes, because Lee has a baby sister.
2 months old.
And then she does not have the syndrome.
Right.
Okay, so how does that work? Explain to people how that works.
Only boys get it.
Okay.
Girls can be carriers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's like 50-50.
Right.
So I had a 25% chance to have another
Right.
baby.
So how did you go through that pregnancy?
It wasn't
Knowing
pretty.
that?
It was scary in the beginning until she did my
Did harmony testing.
yes,
Yeah.
the harmony
Okay.
testing
Okay.
at 11 weeks, and it came back that it was a girl.
Okay, so then
We
you
were good
knew
to
that
go.
you were good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At
They
least
did
on
tell
that
me
part, because she
that I
could
can't
still
have her tested
Mhm.
for
to
the
see if she's a carrier.
and
Mhm.
she has to do it when she is childbearing age.
So she's old enough to kind of make, decisions on her own of what she wants to do.
But she will not be sick.
Mm-hmm. So what is that like, having a not sick baby?
It's different.
Come here.
They're completely night and day.
Yeah.
He, even with all his stuff, was the easiest baby ever.
Uh-huh.
He never cried.
And he's so loving. I mean, I
Yes,
love it
yes.
when he comes to the office. He's like dancing and singing.
Mhm.
Do your are you gonna be a dragon for Halloween? Do your roar. What's a dragon say?
Can you do
Do
it?
you know it?
What's the dragon do?
Do it.
Oh,
It says not.
that's not a dragon. That's
Show
a
your
kitty
dragon.
cat. What's the dragon say?
Well, you better learn
That's
it
a
if you're gonna
doggy.
be it.
What's the dragon say?
Do it.
So it has to be different having a baby with no major health issues versus all this village that it takes to take care of him.
It's like, what do you do with it?
Yeah.
Right?
You feed it and put it down. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, that's weird.
Where's your baby sister? Oh, shh. She's sleeping. Do you sing to her?
Yes, he does.
What do you sing? What song do you sing?
All the
All the songs. Good for you. Yeah.
Oh, baby Ember.
Ember.
songs.
Her name is Ember. Yeah. So, part of the reason why we were doing this is I think people need to understand that, like, there was no choice in this. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there's just a lot that you guys have to do as a family. And we're actually having a fundraiser to help you guys through the bone marrow transplant process.
Right.
That is September
29th.
29th, right? At Brook Hills. So we're going to tag the donation link on there. But also just come out. You guys have to meet Lee. And, he's got to dance for you, right? Can you dance?
Shy right now.
He's being very shy.
Yeah, that's not his typical.
Yeah, because he dances and he sings. He looks like he's tired.
Mm-hmm.
But anything that we can do to kind of help you guys get through this process, because I couldn't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And even as you get through this bone marrow transplant, there's chances are he may need another one as he gets older.
And I'm hoping, since his kidneys are affected this time, there's a chance that the chemo will kill his kidneys completely.
Right.
And then we'll do bone marrow transplant, recover hopefully enough to get a kidney transplant down the road.
And dialysis in between if needed.
But
So-
hopefully not.
So I have to ask, the person with this syndrome, what is the oldest person with this syndrome right now?
I think there is a guy that's older, but his is very, very, very mild.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I
And-
want to say he's in his 50s or 60s.
Wow. Okay.
But they told me if he didn't have a transplant by the time he was 2, he would have died.
Right.
And that's something that's
Are you
so
getting
different.
down?
Not everybody has the same
Yeah,
symptoms.
None
Right.
of them do.
Some
Right.
of them don't have diabetes.
Right.
Some of them have more GI issues and they can't eat. They have feeding tubes.
I feel like
so it's-
none of us have the exact same symptoms.
Mhm.
Like you might have this one here and this one here, or but
Yeah.
they're not all the same. It's
Because-
just different in every person.
And he's
Every
the
male.
first one in your family because you have a brother
It's
Correct.
fine.
who is fine.
Mhm.
So you ended up being a carrier. So does that mean you are a carrier?
Possibly,
Or
but-
possibly.
We don't know.
But
Yeah.
we don't know.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Isn't that something?
I'm the only
It
one
is.
that's been tested.
Yeah.
Right. And we have a boy that was in our family. Would have been my mom's uncle.
Mhm.
And he died before he was 2 for unknown
So we don't know.
reasons. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I mean, what is a day like for you guys to have to always be worried or to manage the sugars or?
I go to school with him every day.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I
she
am
had to
his
quit her
diabetic
job.
aide. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had to quit her job, and now she goes to school with him. She
Mhm.
does great with him, though.
Kindergarten, so.
She's learning a lot in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
learned a couple letters, and now she knows her colors.
Yeah.
Right.
No, mosquitoes start with a B.
Yeah, they do, huh?
Yeah.
According to Lee.
They had to,
Mhm.
they were learning the letter B,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to draw on a plastic plate with a dry erase marker, and his classmate drew a butterfly, and he drew this thing that looked like a bug, and we're like,
Mhm.
is that a butterfly, a bee? And he goes, no, it's a mosquito.
Aw, mosquito.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
It's a new version.
Yeah.
Mosquito, yeah.
So you're going to have to be at school with him how does that work? And we actually had somebody in our office who had a service dog
We're
that
working on
can
that.
sense the sugars.
Mhm.
That would be something great for him to have.
Yeah,
Make-A-Wish
Make-A-Wish is
is
doing
doing
that.
Yeah.
They said it would take like 2 years, and it's probably been about 2
Mhm,
years,
mhm.
so hopefully soon.
Yeah, because I don't know how I would ever let him out of my sight.
You don't.
You get-
I mean,
I feel like you get used to it though.
Mhm.
Like, I don't even know what I would do
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't have it.
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of used to this as much as he's used to being
Mhm.
sick. you're just used to that routine.
Yeah.
Also,
But there's very few people who can take him or
Yeah.
watch him.
yeah,
I mean, there's no vacation.
Right,
It's
no.
always on. Even if somebody else has him, you're still on.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Even-
when she would have him, I would still wake up to his alarms. Like there's no sleeping.
Right. And then there's some nights, because we basically tag team him.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some nights she don't hear the alarm, and there's nights that I don't hear it. And luckily, one of us
Mm-hmm.
does.
Which that dog would be helpful
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh yes.
because the dog would alert you.
We're
Wow.
working on it.
All right. Well-
Team no sleep.
Right?
There you go. That's who
Yeah,
we
it's
are.
not Team Lee, it's Team No
No
Sleep.
Sleep.
And then I have a baby on top of that.
Right, right. Yeah.
My body runs on nothing.
Mhm.
And coffee.
Well, hopefully as time grows, it gets a little bit easier, or there's other support and resources
Right.
that can help you guys, because I mean that's just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
It is. And there was a lot of, I mean, just diabetes alone,
Mhm.
fighting for stuff for diabetes
Mhm.
is a nightmare.
Mhm.
Absolute
The
nightmare.
Dexcom's
Mm-hmm.
fine. It's finally covered now. But for a while there,
We've had charities who have
helped
paid
me
for
out.
his
Thrive. And then who was the other
Elks.
one?
The
The
Elks
Elks,
Club.
yes.
Yeah, people helping people. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
Okay.
big help because there was, that's my like peace of mind at night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I ever did it without it.
Well, and as he gets older and his activity changes, or if
Starting
he's
to show
sneaking or
signs.
eating
Yeah, he'll do that. He
things
does
that
that
you
now.
don't know
It wasn't
about.
necessary- Like I wouldn't
Mhm.
say it's sneaking. He
Yeah.
just comes in here and
Well,
knocks
he's a kid.
himself,
He's a
and-
kid. Yeah. What do you
And
do?
then he doesn't tell you
Yeah.
until like an hour later, and you're like, "Why is your blood sugar so high?"
Aw.
Well, I had some milk.
Or
Aw.
grapes.
Aw.
Yeah,
Grapes.
grapes.
Just something simple. I just want something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So will the diabetes ever get better as the bone marrow transplant
No.
takes? So that's something he's always going to have.
Mhm.
Okay. So it just really helps his immune system and some of the
And then
other,
he has to, all of his vaccines, he has to start all over.
all over again
Yeah.
after the
Yeah,
transplant.
and we just got done.
Yeah,
Literally
yeah.
just got done from his
We're gonna
first
wipe
bone
them
marrow
all out.
transplant.
Well, we talked because some of Ember's we
Oh,
can't
yes.
give
Right.
because she can't have a live vaccine while he is
Has no-
immunocompromised. So is that his Dexcom?
No.
Oh,
That was my cell phone.
oh, that was yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, we're doing. He got a site change today,
Oh,
so
okay.
Should be
he's gonna
coming
be
around.
good.
He's sleeping on the
He's
floor.
lying on the kitchen floor.
I don't even know what he is.
Lee, is there? Do you want to do one more roar for the camera? You want to sing a song?
Do you want to dance?
You're such
How
a
about-
good dancer.
What if we put on Old Town Road?
Will you dance?
Oh, look at that smile.
Stand
Do I
up.
need a phone?
Stand up. Here, I know
This is his favorite song
gotta
in the whole
stand up.
world right now.
Are you gonna do it
Can
for
you-
us?
that. Can you even? Oh, I guess you can if you stand in front of the door.
Here, we can get him.
I'm not gonna turn it on.
You gotta
until
stand up if you want to turn it on. That's another thing. He's on growth hormones now
Yeah.
too, because he's 5 years old and the size of a 2.5-year-old.
And he also has rickets.
Yes.
Come here, Lee. All right, let's dance for it. Can you dance for everybody?
Hold on, I'm gonna turn it on as soon as I figure out where it is.
It's right there.
He's gonna see this when he's older and be like, oh.
That's good for the soul right there, right?
Yep.
I love that.
This will be one for Ellen.
Right, right?
Live, laugh, and dance.
That's what keeps you healthy right there. It really is. I love it. All right, y'all. So come see Lee and Old Town Road.
He'll dance for you.
So come out to the fundraiser, Brook Hills, September 29th.
From 2 to 5.
From 2 to 5. Yeah. People helping people. That's what it's about, right?
Yes, it is.
All right.